Hey everyone, it's Ashpreet, and let's build the LLM OS with the newly released GPT-4o model. Now, the GPT-4o model is the flagship model from OpenAI. It's faster, cheaper, and better. And the LLM OS is one of the most complex LLM applications we have available. It was first proposed by the magnificent Andrej Karpathy in his Intro to Large Language Models talk, where he says that we should think about the LLM as the kernel process or the CPU of an emerging operating system. Now, this LLM, today we're going to be testing with GPT-4o, has access to a bunch of software 1.0 tools like calculator, Python, terminal. It has access to a file system. We give it access to a database and a vector database. It has access to other LLMs for writing Python scripts, data analysis, writing research reports or investment reports. And it also has access to the internet. And using these different tools, it solves problem using natural language. So let's put this to the test. So this is what the LLM OS application looks like. I'm going to give you the code for this entirely and also show you how to run this. We give it a bunch of tools. We're going to test with the GPT-4o model. And we also give it a bunch of other LLMs, which we're just saying it's its team members it can delegate tasks to. Now, the first thing which we want of our LLM OS is that it has knowledge and can answer questions of a knowledge base. Let's just plug in the blog post from Sam Altman. And we're going to add this blog post to our knowledge base and ask, what's GPT-4o? And it should search the knowledge base for this query and then answer that question. Wow, that is fast. This is much faster than the previous GPT-4 Turbo, which we've been testing with. Now let's ask something for which it should search the internet. This should allow us to test if the model can handle knowledge base search and internet search depending on the query. So let's ask, what's happening in France, for which it should search the news from the internet, which it did. Well, that is very fast. The search, the function calling is exceptional. The responses are exceptional. This is turning out to be a very good model. Let's test out some basic tools like what's 10 factorial. It'll use the calculator to answer that question. Or is Docker running? It should be able to access the shell to answer that question, which it did. Now that is fantastic. Now let's use one of its team members. Let's write a research report on HashiCorp IBM acquisition. Let's say write a research report on the IBM HashiCorp acquisition. And let's see what it does. It should ideally delegate the task to the research assistant, but behind the scenes should use Exa search to pull information and write a research report. While it does that, let me walk you through where the code for this application is. It's under the PyData repo, completely open source, so fork and clone this repository, and then go to the cookbook and LLM OS, where you will find step-by-step instructions for running this AI application. Again, this is the most complicated AI application I've ever built, and it pretty much only works with the GPT-4 models. So after you've cloned this repo, open it up in the code editor of your choice. Let's first see what it came up with before we turn this application off. So as we can see, it is sending it to the research assistant, writing a very well-written report for us in the format we asked it to. Fantastic. Along with that, it gave me links. It also gave me the research assistant's memory behind the scenes, which is a lot of text, but it helps you see what all the underlying research assistant did to get this result, generate this report for us. Wow, it ran all of that for us. So let's see how to run this step by step. Now, if you've cloned this repo under the cookbook LLM README file, you'll find step-by-step instructions. Then open up your favorite terminal. First, we're going to create a Python virtual environment. Then we're going to install the libraries, OpenAI, Streamlit, PyData, Exa, run pgvector, which provides access to a database and vectordb. It's going to fail for me because I already have it running. Then run the LLM OS app, and that's pretty much it. We can give it knowledge using blog posts, PDFs. We can give it access to a investment assistant. So we can say, write an investment report on Meta. Let's say NVIDIA. Or actually, let's ask a question which needs that investment report. Let's ask, shall I invest in NVIDIA? And let's see what it does. While it's doing that, I'll show you behind the scenes what's happening. I'm going to turn this off. The app here is the front end. I'll let you explore this app. It's general Python Streamlit code. I'm sure you can work through it. But the main magic happens on the assistant. This assistant is where we define the LLM OS along with the tools and team members it has access to. First are the tools. I'm going to scroll through them, but walk through them in the end. This is the PhiData assistant that is serving as the LLM OS for us. PhiData allows us to take any LLM, GPT, Llama 3, open source models, and add memory, knowledge, and tools to it. And when you think about memory, knowledge, and tools, that's pretty much building the LLM OS for us. So in a way, PhiData enables us to build the LLM OS. It's built for this purpose. So let's walk through what type of assistant we need to build the LLM OS. In our assistant, we give it first a description and instructions. Description and instructions are a way to format the system prompt. You can give your own system prompt if you'd like using this parameter, or use the description instruction, which just gives it in a numbered list, which in our opinion, LLMs are understanding better right now. They're following those instructions one by one, but you can do whatever you like. So we're letting the LLM OS know that when the user sends a message, first think and determine if you can answer it using a tool available to you. We need to search the knowledge base, search the internet, delegate task, or ask a clarifying question. This pretty much is telling the LLM that when you get an input request, just think about how to answer this request and just go for it. Now, this needs a powerful LLM that can reason across multiple questions, that can run different tools, delegate tasks to other assistants, process that result from those assistants and return it to the user. Truly fantastic work from OpenAI on building a model that is capable of handling such a complex task. Then we give the assistant storage and knowledge, which is its file system. We give it a bunch of tools and team to run tasks and set a set of default parameters like return the answer in markdown format, add some chat history to the messages, add a default function to show tool calls and search knowledge. Very basic stuff which you can run on the PhiData documentation. The tricky part here is the team which we're providing to the LLM. Before we get into that, a quick intro on the tools. Depending on the checkbox we select on our application, it'll give it the calculator, duck, pick, or search, shell, or file. These are simple bits. Team is where the fun happens. Now, in the team, I've given it a data analyst. Now, to the data analyst, I'm giving a very small set of CSV files that it can understand. I'm telling it that there's a file of my favorite movies. It's not really my favorite movies. It's a generic IMDb list, which I pulled the top like 10, 20,000 movies. I've not seen that many movies. Then we're giving it a Python assistant to write and run Python code. We're giving it a research assistant that can generate proper research reports for us in this fantastic format. Similarly, we're giving it an investment assistant that has access to Yahoo Finance to generate a report on this format. So we're pretty much allowing the LLM OS to delegate tasks to other assistants in its team. Now let's see the report it came up with for NVIDIA. I asked, shall I invest in NVIDIA? It's saying, shown impressive growth, make it a strong candidate. Here's a summary of the key insights. It gives me information about the company and gives me a recommendation, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, you can see the investment assistant memory here. Lots of stuff happening behind the scenes, but it is doing that pretty fast. So in general, the LLM OS is working really well with the GPT-4o model. I promise to keep this video short, so I'm gonna cap it under 10 minutes. The GPT-4o is a fantastic CPU for our LLM OS. Give it a shout, give it a try. If you have any questions, drop by in the Discord or open a GitHub issue. Have a great day. Bye-bye.